Flosstube! How's it going? It is Friday, January the 3rd of 2020. Is that not crazy? What? So, I was already here just not too long ago with an epic whip parade. Epically long, epically crazy, epically epic. And if you sat through 2 hours and nearly 15 minutes of content from me, you're amazing. Amazing. So, we are here for a regular Flosstube weekly update. This is Flosstube number 33. I don't number my special editions, and since we spoke last on Friday the 20th of December, I've had 2 special edition videos. So, for those of you that have joined me new since my last weekly update, I maybe haven't shared, but I am Annie. I am Joy-Filled Stitcher here on Flosstube as well as on Instagram. There are now just over 700 of you. It is crazy to look back at my video records and realize that 1 month ago I did my 500 subscriber giveaway. Wow, that's amazing. So if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, if you've been here for a while, if you've survived through endless videos of nonsense and foolishness from me, I love ya. So what do we have today? Tiny bit of life update. I figure since I haven't really chatted about our awesome trip to New York City, I would share a tiny bit about that. I have a page finish, which I did show in my whip parade, but I will show again today. For those of you that have no interest in my whip parade, this is just a normal update, and it will show everything I've worked on and or started since the 20th. Cool? Cool. Incredible number of new starts. I'm not going to count them, but you can count them as we go. You can click, 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 click. A couple of whips that were active whips that I've worked on since we chatted, and then a tiny bit of plans. I went into a lot of plans in my last video. It will be more specifically what are my immediate plans, and then a tiny bit, okay, maybe a bit more than a tiny bit of stash. I had our mail held while we were in New York, and it got dropped off yesterday, and a lot of my monthly things showed up. So my December things showed up because they usually typically ship the 3rd or 4th week of December. Well, that fell around the holiday, then it was held, and so I've got some cool stuff in there. I have an order from Under the Sea Fabrics that I ordered back at the beginning of November when she said she was discontinuing her 1/8 yard cuts, her fat 8ths. So I stocked up, and I am pumped about what I got, and some other goodies. So, with that being said, let's do a tiny bit of life update, and it's a tiny bit of story time. My daughter, Joy-Filled Little One, got several Lego sets for Christmas. She loves Legos. My husband loves Legos. I love Legos. P.S. My dad, who loves Legos too, went above and beyond this year. My brother got some massive, huge Lego Technics, which is some really involved, movable, whatever, Land Rover, which is fairly new. Huge! Got it on Christmas. My dad found out from him within the span of our trip, we left the day after Christmas and we're gone for 5 days. He already built it. Now, granted, if you watch my whip parade, you will kind of have heard my brother has a disability. He briefly diagnosed with a brain tumor almost 5 years ago. Went through 4 years of massive seizures. 2018, so no, maybe 3.5 years of seizures. 2018, he had his entire right temporal lobe removed through a craniotomy, where they actually open and it's invasive. It's brain surgery. But he is still not cleared to drive and or work. So he doesn't have a whole lot going on. He is an incredible woodworker. The things that he creates with wood, like some very intricate cutting boards, like just amazing. But he loves Legos. He's built the Bugatti one. He has like the Ghostbusters house, the firehouse, and the Ecto one. And he's got a bunch of cool stuff. So anyway, besides the point, my dad had caught wind that I was saving for the Harry Potter castle. I have Harry Potter Great Hall, which is the smaller set you can get at like Target or whatever. And I have the Harry Potter Quidditch set, which is about half built. And so 2 large shipping boxes that said Legos came out at Christmas. And one was the Lego Technics Land Rover for my brother, and one was the Harry Potter. I went, what? Like, I think it was that exact, but maybe even longer. And the smile on his face, like, he did so good. Like, he did so good. So, anywho, my daughter got, okay, my husband, I bought him the Lego Creator Ford Mustang, which is like a larger one. He loves the Speed Champion cars. I bought him the Lego Creator Mustang one because he's a Mustang guy. He has 2 Mustangs in the garage. One older, one newer. Neither are daily drivers. We have 4 cars and there's 2 drivers in our family. Anywho, and then when I purchased that, Lego had a really cool thing where if you spent over a certain amount, you got a free set. And the free set was perfect for my daughter. She wants me to show you her completed set. It's a creator also. And so it's a little more involved. Like, she's an insanely good Lego builder. She loves the Lego brickheads. So she also got the Lego brickhead Statue of Liberty because we were going to New York and she built that. It's already built. She got a Lego Friends set. And then she also got a Lego Beauty and the Beast set from her cousins. And so I'm like, what? So, yes, tons of awesome Legos this Christmas. Hold on, I'm going to let my dog out because he's going to drive me insane. And then I'm going to show you what she made because she wants me to share it in my life update. All right, we're back. Apparently, there's going to be a dog barking party in the backyard between the, like, 4 corners of neighbors that all have dogs that when one gets going, they all get going. So, anywho, she has watched me film a couple of videos. Well, she said to me, Mommy, when you film your video, can you show my Lego that I built? Because I'm really proud of it. I said, absolutely. She goes, I think it might be good if you show it during your life update section. I was like, okay. So, to appease her, this was the free set that came. This was a free set that came when I purchased my husband's Ford Mustang. It is a Lego Creator, and it is a little tiny gingerbread house. Isn't that so cute? And she did a very good job, and it has 2019 on the base plate. Her joke is, Daddy, this only has 1 sticker because my husband curses Lego stickers because he's building these cars as a collection. I'm a tattle on him. He has tweezers for his Lego stickers. Okay, so for 5 days, no. By the time we got there, we had like 4.5 days in New York, a couple of nights, you know, however many nights. Unseasonably warm from what we understood. The first couple of days we were there, it was like 48, 50. It was chillier the last day and a half we were there. Had such a good time. My poor mother, though, cannot get around like she used to. She has a very bad hip. And so we did. I don't mind the walking. My daughter doesn't mind the walking. I really super enjoyed the weather. I don't mind cold. My ankle used to bug me because of the cold. Not so much anymore. So highlights of the trip for my daughter were that from our hotel, where we were at our hotel, the quickest way to get to like Rockefeller Center and Radio City and all of that over there was through the American Girl store. So she is obsessed, loves everything about the Welly Wisher dolls. She has no real interest in the big dolls. She loves the Welly Wisher dolls, which are their 14-inch dolls. Going into this trip, she already had 2. She had Willa and Camille, and she had received those 2 different Christmases and has had them since I think like the year they came out. She got Willa the year it came out, and we had purchased it like at Toys R Us before it went out of business. Camille was also purchased like the following year at Toys R Us. And so we kind of here and there would add cute little clothes or whatever. Well, this year she's gotten really into like dressing them. And Santa brought some Glitter Girls brand clothes that fit. Glitter Girls, I think, are by Batot. I don't know. Anyway, so one of the really cool things, though, about the American Girl store is you can play with everything. Like, everything is set up to play. And so, you know, when we were bored one afternoon and we're waiting to go to a show, we would go in and she would play. The problem with that is we were with grandparents. So we ended up leaving with, like, on the airplane back, a Welly Wisher, a Welly Wisher stuffed friend, a Welly Wisher outfit, Ashlyn, she got Ashlyn, and a book, I think. And then in addition to that, one of our shopping trips, she got some of the little mini dolls from some of the historical characters. But we had those shipped home. So those arrived today. We've had just a string of American Girl things arriving home. And then my mom said, okay, well, Virginia, I know you really like, and I just told you my daughter's name. So if you caught that, you caught it. If you didn't, great. If you really like the Playhouse, I'll get you that for your birthday. So she had been really, really, really wanting the the Welly Wisher Playhouse. I'm frazzled now because I did not intend to tell you my daughter's name. Oh, well. So my mom purchased that. That got shipped home. In addition to that, she got the fourth Welly Wisher doll. She got Kendall. So now she is only missing one. And she got 2 sleeping bags for the dolls. She got a couple more outfits, a pair of pajamas. I mean, like I said, it's been a constant stream of FedEx trucks driving down our street, dropping off American Girl stuff. But it was like Christmas for her, and her birthday is coming up at the end of this month. And she knew that. Like, she did not receive a whole lot of stuff at Christmas because we were going to New York, and she was going to want to spend stuff. So we saw the Rockettes, amazing. We saw Aladdin, amazing. Great time. Flight home, I had poor lady in front of me. I don't think she felt very good because she was being fanned and all this. Well, within 5 minutes of the flight, she's leaned her chair back. I mean, it's literally like here on my face. But it wasn't just that, but she could not sit still. And so every time she would, like, move, the seat would come back. Well, I had my iPad sitting here because I was stitching. I was enjoying the flight home. It was a long flight because I was perturbed. And that's my word, perturbed. But it is what it is. And we made it home safely. We had a great time. We went to one kind of stitching-ish related store, and I have some stuff to show. We saw St. Patrick's Cathedral with the beautiful nativity set up inside. Super, super fun. And then when we got back on the 30th late at night, we got, squared away, slept in our own beds, which is always an incredible feeling to come home to your own bed. New Year's Eve, we trucked out to IKEA because I wanted to get a storage something for all this new doll stuff and to put the doll thing on. And so we got that squared away. And while we were out that way, we were like, hey, why don't we go swing by this kind of out of the way Marshall's that occasionally has some good Rae-Dunn stuff. Did they ever? I mean, we literally were putting stuff back because we were like, okay, we don't really need all this. But I mean, we had our pick of just about everything. And so I have one thing to show that will make a weekly appearance in my videos, and I'm super excited about it. But that was fun. And then New Year's Day, we had our traditional black-eyed peas, we had our cabbage, we had our cornbread, and so we're ready for the new year. And we went and ran a couple errands, and then my husband was back at work yesterday. He's back at work tonight. He's doing some plumbing work tomorrow, and then I go back Monday. My daughter's first day back is Wednesday, but she goes to like staff kids, fun kid activities on Monday and Tuesday. So here's what we're going to do right now, because that was a super long life update that I did not intend to make that long. I also, again, did not intend to say my daughter's name. So much for that. Happy New Year. Okay, so we're going to cut away real quick after I remind you. So in my holiday celebration video, I shared that I was going to be giving away a set of unopened, because mine fell on the floor. So I want to guarantee you that you're getting the one that did not fall on the floor. Not that my floors are dirty or anything, but, you know, it is what it is. Beautiful, Mrs. I haven't sucked all the smell out either with, oh, so good. Mrs. Sados's Emerald City Sal thread pack, her silk floss pack. I also will be sharing from myself to kind of go with it to say happy holidays. A $15 gift certificate, e-gift certificate to 123 Stitch. So I filmed a little bit ago a video of me using the YouTube random comment generator. I'm going to pop that video in right now, and then I'll catch you back here in a minute when I share who that winner is. So let's cut away and we'll come back. Happy Friday evening, folks. It is Friday, January the 3rd. It is 4:01 p.m. and it is time to do the giveaway draw for this Fool's holiday celebration video. No, I'm just kidding. That's me. And that is a crazy screen grab of pause of where I've stopped right there. So anyway, if you remember, in my holiday celebration video where I showed all sorts of fun things that I had gotten myself for Christmas, I shared that Raquel at Mrs. Sados had once again blessed me with her generosity of the Emerald City Silks pack. And she sent me one for one of you, that's my finger, to one of you to also receive. From me. I will send that to you. I then, in my rambling of the video, decided, hey, I'm going to reach out to whoever wins, send you a $15 123 Stitch gift card. It is an e-gift certificate that can be put towards your purchase on the website. So, hey, maybe you want to buy that cut of fabric to complete the project, or hey, maybe you want to just like buy something else off your wish list, because if you're like me, you have one that is miles and miles long. Anywho, we are going to go ahead and go over and do YouTube random comment picker. I had originally said that I wanted you to tell me your goal. Here's the thing that I noticed is that when I did this with the word goal, when I did it with no word at all, with no random text, it gave me a certain amount of comments. When I did it with the word goal, it dropped that down. And then I thought, I noticed that some people use the word goals. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove the text, because I don't want to penalize somebody who put goals. If they have more than one, that's awesome. But what we are going to do is when I start drawing, if it does not mention goal in the comment, I will pick someone else, because I did ask you to tell me your goal or goals. I think most everybody did. So it says there are 101 unique commenters. Actually, hold on. 111 unique commenters. So here we go. Are we ready? Drum roll, please. And hopefully this first person said goal. They told me their goal. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Who is gonna win? Who is gonna get picked? Amy Cisco? My goal for 2020 is to finish my head. I think that's supposed to be Hade. My Hade. I many and want to keep focused on at least one. To you and your family, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you, Amy, and congratulations. I am going to be reaching out to you. If you happen to see this before I've had an opportunity to reach out to you, feel free to email me at my email, which will be in the description box below. And to all of you, I'm going to send you back to the original video. So congratulations, and thanks for watching again and participating in my giveaway. Bye, guys. All right, so congratulations again to Amy. Please, contact me via email. It will be in the description box below. It may not be there till tomorrow. We'll see. Fingers crossed, we'll see. I will tell you the show notes for my whip parade. Took 100 years. But I now have that as a record of everything that I talked about in that video. So hopefully somebody looked at them and benefited from them, because seriously, everything like has a link. Every project has the specifics on the floss and the fabric. And so, yeah. That being said, Amy, I will go back to your original comment if I can find it and comment the contact information. I am going to do some Pass the Stash later in the month from my Stitch or Ditch, plus some other things that I have lying around that I've kind of fawned through that I'm not going to put up on the D-Stash. I have seen a couple people comment maybe right before or around Christmas time on things on the D-Stash. I'm getting to you. That's on my agenda this weekend. So, at this point, let's chat a little bit about finishes, new starts, FFOs. Or not, oh my gosh, not FFOs. I've done this before, I promise. This is number 33. So I clearly have done this before. All right, starting first, Kindred Stitcher Designs bag. It's a beautiful bag. If you have an opportunity to snag one of them from her Instagram, I would always encourage you to try. This houses my Hoity-toity, hashtag Hoity-toity Silky Sal. This is Hoity-toity by Long Dog Samplers. I am stitching it in the Hoity-toity Silk Pack. It's her conversion from Raquel at Mrs. Sados. Also, somebody had asked me a question about, and I've contacted you, but I have not finished contacting you. So, this also has a Garonne Toten Bags Grime Guard. This is the 11 by 11 that I put on my Frankenstein 8 by 11. I do that with all of mine. Even my 6 by 8s, I use an 8 by 8 Q-snap. This is on 18 count Picture This Plus in Legacy. And I do have a page 1 finish. It was finished before the year was out, so I was super excited because I definitely wanted page 1 done. My goal on this for 2020 is page 2 and 3, at least. I have a lot of lofty goals, and so I've put this tentatively at 2 and 3. I know this is a multi-year project. My husband seems to think that I will commit more to this and that I'm going to want it done and I have a lot of projects that I don't think he knows about. He doesn't watch my videos. He subscribed, I think, to me. I don't know that he did. He says he did. I don't see him in my list. Whatever. Okay. So, page finish on that. All right. So, then we've got a string of massive amounts of new starts. So, just starting... I don't have the dates for any of these. Some of these just live in gallon baggies in my 2 big Christmas pouches, project bags, but I pulled them out because I didn't want to have to fumble through. So this was a free chart from Heartstring Samplery from last Christmas, and this is Christmas Promise. It is still available on her family blog. This is on a 22 count Ada in Snert from Mystic Fabrics. And I have 3 tiny, tiny little leaves. I'm doing this 1 strand over 1 square. And this is super soft. All right, I'm going to pause again because my dog is just insisting to ruin this video for me. So this video is going to be apparently 8,000 segments because of barking dog. I've told him no more barking, so we'll see if he'll listen to me. All right, so another new start that I had, this was before Christmas. This is by Redbird Designs, and this is called Bluebonnet Joy. I am stitching this in a mix of called for DMC and some DMC conversion to the sampler threads. And this is on a 16 count Ada. It's a mystery color that I purchased in a Fabric Games from Mystic Fabrics. So I don't really, there's no detail specifically on this, but it's just the perfect color for it. So, there's that. Let me put my projects over here. All right, so I did restart Celebrate Christmas. This is by Madame Chantilly, and I am doing, I'm saling this with Debbie, Creatively Yours. She's doing the Halloween one. And then her friend, and I do not remember her name, and I just watched her video like an hour ago. Bad me. And we're hashtagging this MC Tiered Tray Sale. So if you have one of these going and you'd like to put your pictures up, we love to see people doing things. I'm hopeful she comes out with some other ones, that Madame Chantilly comes out with some other ones. I did a fabric swap on this, and I put this on, it was on a piece of 18 count Mirage from Pictures Plus, and I just wasn't liking how it was stitching up. My stitches looked wonky. I find that from time to time, and so sometimes I just barrel through. I'm kind of finding the same thing on one of my other new starts, and I'll chat about that. I may be doing a fabric swap on that one. But I ended up moving this over to, let me make sure I tell you the correct count. It's a Luminous Fiber Arts. It's a 36 count in Snow Day. And so I went ahead and just put back in what I already had. I haven't gotten any further, but a huge, huge, huge love of this fabric for this project. It's perfect. And I'm doing that in a mix of Victoria Motto and Color and Cotton and some DMC for that one. Okay. So then I had some of my Barbara Anna BAM, hashtag BAM starts. This lives in a Garonne toten bags, 12 by 18 with these wacky witches on it. So I started, this is Witch Ride, and Witch Ride was in a Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher issue. It was the fall 2018. However, it is now readily available, I think, both on 123 Stitch and Creative Poppy. I am stitching this on a piece of 18 count Murmur from Picture This Plus, and I'm doing a full conversion of this. I'm calling it V's Ride, which you now will understand why it's V's Ride. And I am converting completely. So the girl, I shortened her nose by 1 stitch, gave her porcelain skin, a blue eye, blonde hair, a pink purple dress, and then this is the kind of like sweater that the mouse is wearing, but the mouse will be stitched in a light pink color. All DMC, but I'm doing a full color conversion on that. Okay, I also started, there was a lot that got started right at the end that I did not have a chance to show you. This is a newer one. This is Santa's Flight. This is hashtag Tiny Rider Sal, Michelle Garrett and Amy Baruch do that Sal. This is on a 32 count Sea Lily, and this is the called for fabric. And I truly don't even know which way is up. I think this is up. I think this is his beard and his hair. And that is all she wrote, folks, on this one so far. But if you remember, or if you spent any time listening to me ramble about plans, mind you, that was long after the hour-long mark. Every Monday, I will spin my tiny decisions wheel and pick one of these projects to work on at least the Monday of the week, if not more, throughout the week to kind of progress. The last of my Barbara Anna starts for this season is Strawberry Time. Somebody else commented several videos back when I started talking about these that they affectionately named her Crowdelia. So this is also Crowdelia. And this was from the summer 2019 issue of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher. It is not out yet. So if you are interested in it, when you purchase a digital subscription, there's an option to get like a year's worth of back issues. So that's how I, when I purchased 2019, ended up with all of 2018 also. I am re-upping my subscription because I love it just that much. Okay, so this is on a mystery piece from a Color and Cotton mystery grab bag. And I so far have a bit of her something. That's her neck. Yep, that's her neck. And that might be backwards. No, that's the bottom of her neck, I think. Or where her neck meets her dress. So, that's a fun one. That'll be fun to stitch. I love stitching on Color and Cotton anything. Linen, Ada. Their stuff's just awesome. Angela is a fantastic dyer. Her stuff doesn't get too tight or too loose. Her coloring's fantastic. So, yeah. So, all the Barbara Annas have been started now. Okay, so then I had a couple more Christmas starts. This was kind of the month of Christmas starts because I started kind of back whole hog last January. And so I missed Christmas. So this year was start all the Christmas. So next year I'll have all the Christmas. Well, hopefully. All right, so then I am starting, I don't have a cover image for this yet, But this is Rack Stack by Plum Street Samplers. It is one of their trios. And I'm doing this on 32 count Riviera Aqua Linen by Witchelt. Found it on 123 Stitch after I had seen somebody stitching and finishing this already on Instagram. So I have a small pair of legs from the middle reindeer. So this I definitely am excited about. I have two trios now. I have Gobble Gob and I have Rack Stack. So I'm excited about those. All right. Then I also started, I'm like more than one person. I don't have a picture of this either. But this is Chicken Joy. It is by the Real Housewives of Cross Stitch Priscilla. And it kind of goes along with their chalk series. So I am stitching this on a piece of 20 count Ada in charcoal that I also received off of 123 Stitch. I don't even know which way is up. Let's see if I can figure that out. I have the beginnings. The very beginnings of a tree outline. That's it. I am stitching it in the called for with the exception of the tree, which I saw somebody on Instagram stitching it in Weeks Dye Works Crepe Myrtle. So we have pink trees. We're stitching it in Crepe Myrtle. I love the variegation of that. So let's see. We're almost done with these new starts that I've already showed. Some of my new starts, if you watch my WIP parade, you've seen. Some of them you have not. So don't cut out of here yet because I got some new ones to show that I started on the 31st or after or since. Little House Needleworks Bethlehem. This is on an 18 count mystery cut from from Mystic Fabrics. And I am stitching it in the called for sampler threads with the exception, I think I swapped in a couple of samplers to change up some coloring. And I have the top part of the E, and that's blue corn. That's sampler threads, gassed blue corn. My words are jumbly tonight. Thankfully, my allergies are significantly better. I will say I was miserable on the plane flight going to New York. I seriously thought I was going to burst an eardrum easily. Felt like it was going to bust. Because I was still so congested. Not a lot of allergies going on there. However, I found that for at least the first 2 to 3 days, my body was still reacting to what I wasn't even around anymore. And when we would go from the cold to the warm, my nose would almost like turn on like a faucet. So I had tissues always with me. When we returned back, Juniper was still bad. But I think that I had, at that point, kind of, I don't know. Anyway, living in this Garon top bag this is my Acrobat Santa bag. Because he's upside down. And this houses 2 projects. This houses my 12 Days of Christmas Plum Street Sampler set. And this is free on her website, on her blog. And I have started, and I'm stitching this on 18 count. This was the mystery fabric that Misty of Mystic Fabrics sold for the Cunning Cross Stitch, the Stitch Your Own Adventure. And so it's like a huge piece, which worked out perfectly because I could cut it down and get enough for ornament cuts. But I am stitching this in Canyon Wildflower and Desert Turquoise from Victoria Motto. Beautiful, beautiful colors. I was pumped about this. And so far I think I showed this in my, I don't know. I feel like I showed this at some point. I don't know. And I said, oh, I only have 1 little pair. Well, I have 3 pairs now and part of a tree. So I've got a little bit. Now I was stitching this because I didn't have a small Q-snap and this does not fit well on my 6x8. So I was stitching this in hand and my stitches are a little questionable. So I for sure will be putting this on a Q-snap in the future. Because this is a little bit, it's not quite stiff enough to feel comfortable to in hand. Anyway. So that lives in here, and then my other 12 days also lives in here. This is the 12 Days of Christmas by Satsuma Street, and I am obsessed with this. It's so cute. I know I say obsessed a lot, but I'm obsessed with a lot of things. This is my jam. My jam. I have put in quite a bit of this. Now, I had shown this in... I did show this. Oh, I showed this in something. I don't remember what exactly it was, but I showed it in something. And I had said, oh, okay, I've tinted some stitches. I think it was showing what I was taking with me to New York or something. Anywho, I've got quite a fair bit of progress on this first ornament. This is Partridge in a Pear Tree. This is 36 count linen in white. White is not normally my thing, but I think this pops on the white with all the bright colors. And this is and I've got all the fabric stuffed in here. This is a 8x8 Garonne toten bags. I don't know if I'm saying it right or wrong. Grime Guard. And so it's holding all my excess, but this is a Frankenstein 6x8 Q-snap. So I use the square size on my rectangle size. And I had an epiphany. I have a ton of these Ollie Block clips. These have those rare earth magnets inside, but they're plastic. I have had a ton of these since all the planners. Since I had all the planners. And so I have a bunch of the larger size. I also have a bunch of the smaller size. You'll see them on a couple of my other projects. They make awesome needle minders. And so I have just this clipped on the Grime Guard. So I've now ordered some other ones. They also have Ollie dots that are like just a circle. And so now he's kind of marketing those to needle workers. So if you're not familiar with Ollie blocks, they're on Etsy. I'll link them below. He's on Etsy. And I had a ton of them from my planner days. I'm still a planner, but not to, like, that was my thing. Like, I sold planner stickers. Like, I made them and sold them and cut them with the silhouette machine and all of that jazz. So anyway, those two projects live in here. It's funny because I have in this bag also a pair of snips. Mind you, these little snips, no problem with TSA. I have a pack of tissues. I wonder why. And apparently I also have my American Airlines napkin. I don't know why. Because I think they handed me cookies with this, and I stuck my Are my cookies still in here? Hold on. Let me see. Are my cookies still? No, I think I ate those. Anyway. So, why am I putting that back in there? Or that, for that matter. Alright, so anyway. Alright, I think I have one more that you've seen, and then I'll have some that you haven't seen. I don't have a picture of this one either. This is Home Sweet Home Ginger, and I'm calling it Home Sweet Home Gingerbread. And this is by Shannon Christine Designs. I am stitching this on a piece of 28 count gingerbread Lugana from Picture This Plus. And I have a little bit of that center banding started. So, it's got some specialty stitches. I said this was going to be my first foray into specialty. However, two of my other ones have given me the opportunity to try some specialty stitches. So, I don't know how I'm doing with them. It is what it is. And I'm stitching this in the DMC with one Victorian motto subbed in for $3.21, I believe. All right, now we're going to talk new starts you have not seen. So living in this So Much to Love project bag. I think I showed this in my WIP parade, but I hadn't actually started it. Is Prairie Schoolers, Prairie Birds. And so I just, when I opened it up, I started on the very first chart, which is this cardinal chart. So it was the very top, to me, top left chart. And I am stitching this on a piece of 32 count linen mystery from Mystic Fabrics that I purchased from her before Christmas sale when she was cleaning everything out. And I have enough of this for it. And I'm stitching it in all the called for DMCs. The only one, I didn't have this and I didn't want to buy anything. So I think it's for 407. Gentle Arts Pumpkin Patch was pretty close to that. And so I'm using one sampler floss. Gentle Arts Pumpkin Patch. This is a nice blue, light mottled blue. And I so far have two of those evergreen leaves stitched up. That's the back of my work. That looks pretty good. I don't normally show the back of my work because they don't all look that good. That's the back though. Let me show you the front. So I think it looks pretty spectacular too. And it actually goes like this. Okay, here's the front of my work. I have 2 leaves. Yay! I don't show the back because good gravy. Some of these backs would be like, you go, you'd have a fainting spell looking at the back of some of my work. So I started Prairie Birds, loving it on that fabric. Such a fun stitch. Speaking of loving this project, I really had a hard time putting this down, but I had other things I wanted to start and I knew I could easily come back to it. So this is my first project in my year of faith. That is my word of the year. And so, no, that's wrong. Lie. Rewind the tape. This is just my bop for the year, my big old project. This is Long Dog Samplers. Count Your Blessings. It can be found on 123 Stitch or her website as a PDF, which is where I bought it. I'm stitching it in all the called for sampler threads. I literally went to 123 Stitch and added them all to my cart and bought them. No swaps, no nothing. I wanted it to look like she intended. And it's on 18 count sterling Aida from Picture This Plus. I did do a center start on this one. I had started top left on my Hoity-toity. I decided to center start because I was kind of, upon looking at the image, obsessed. Plus, Hoity-toity starts with a 1 stitch. You know, like it isn't, don't have to count down. This one has motifs with no black, like background or any color background. So I started with this. So I have half of this super awesome vase. That is Bayberry. And I'm already like obsessed. It's so cute. Oh my gosh. Genius. Love it. Cannot wait to stitch more. I'm loving this piece of Pictures. It's so crazy to me because like that Mirage, I wanted to chuck it in the trash. It's terrible. But this one is fantastic. So I feel like there's no rhyme or reason to what's good and what's not. I also feel like, and I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound ludicrous and crazy, but like I feel as though a lot of the ones that I purchased from a specific seller of them are not as good. Because that's, or it's just that specific. Like Fog and Sterling, I've got several projects going. They're consistently fantastic. The Legacy that I have Hoity-toity going on, awesome. Murmur, the 18 count Murmur, fantastic. That Mirage, and then this one for this other piece I'm going to show you in a minute, not good. All right, so I then started... This is my Calico sampler, and I'm actually going to pull this one up. I brought my iPad in so I could show you. This is Calico sampler. And this is my one that I'm doing a joy-filled year, or a joy-filled life. And so, this is the gist of it. There's a chart with 3 letters for each chart. This is the ABC chart. And so I started top left on this one. I am starting with the A of A Joy-Filled Life. This is on a mystery piece of 18 count from Mystic Fabrics that I also got from her sale before Christmas. And I love this piece of fabric. And I have a fair bit of a start on this. Why did I show? This is not right. Okay, I'm going to show you. Hold on. I'm mixing up my things. I'm getting all wonky here. Calico sampler that you just saw is on a piece. The reason why I got confused is these are on almost near identical pieces of pink fabric. So I'm kind of getting out of order because I started this one yesterday. Anyway, this is Calico sampler. Lives in a Diana It Is Kismet bag. This is William Morris fabric. This is the one I am color converting. It is on a piece of 16 count quartz from Picture This Plus. This is another piece that's fantastic. I have a bit of a start. This allowed me to start with some specialty stitches. All along the top and bottom of the blocks to denote the different lines is herringbone stitch. I'd never done a herringbone stitch before. So I am doing the herringbone stitch. You'll see I have an ollie block on here too. I thought that one was fun. It's like rainbow ombre glitter. And so I have this as my start so far. So I've got, this goes to the edge of the A block, and then this is part of the motif on the inside. And so far, oh, I love it. This is so fun. And the A cuts in right here, the swoop of the A. And then there's some, I think the ones that have the, are Smyrna crosses, I think. Or an Algerian eyelet. I'm not sure what the difference is. I think it's Algerian eyelets are plotted in between each letter. So it's like the Algerian eyelets are the in between each letter, the herringbone at the top and the bottom to indicate the lines in between. Algerian eyelets this way. And then you've got different motifs in different colorways on each block. So my blank block in between the words will have a motif I pick that isn't featured in another letter. Also, when I have like duplicating letters, so for instance, the two L's, all three L's will have a different motif. So I will pull a motif from a letter that's not being used in this banner. And then my intention is, I love this so much, I'm going to for sure make one for my daughter. When I get done with this one, I will stitch this again. I went ahead and bought all of the letters because I found them on a phenomenal deal on 123 Stitch. The only one they did not have was the X, Y, and then the established and the year. They did not have that. And I think it was the years 2008 or something on that chart. It's an older chart. So I found that one through a seller, I think on eBay maybe. So if you're looking for those, most of them are on 123 Stitch. I got all but the last chart. And I'm loving them. Loving it. Okay, so now, this is my Year of Faith project. We're coming back full circle. So this is Greatest Thy Faithfulness by My Big Toe Designs. And I will pull that up for you. Some of these don't have cover images because my printer's being a jerk. So I'm just going to pull it up on here. And I didn't bring the pattern with me. It's back filed away. So this is what it looks like. I did start top left on this one. I am stitching this in my palette. And this is on that 18 count mystery. This goes along with my year. This year my word is faith. This is my first of my faith-filled projects. And so this is my start so far. And that is Chimney Sweep. That is Color and Cotton's Chimney Sweep. And I love it so far. And this is going to be I already picked up on the pattern. So it'll be easy to go ahead and do that across the top and then when I get to the bottom. I probably will not count down and to the bottom. That's just asking for it to get messed up. Truly. I can count it 5 times and still mess it up somehow. Okay, so we got that. I got 2 more starts. And then I have another 2 planned tomorrow. Maybe 1, not tomorrow. I don't know. Okay, so then I decided to start the first in Lizzie Kate's yearbook series, so January. I am stitching this on 32 count Vintage Country Mocha. And I should have enough to do 6 of them, so I will buy another piece to get the other ones. And I have a fair start. I have 2 trees. 2 of those cute little checkerboardy looking trees. So, start on that. I'm stitching this, I think, if I remember correctly, in mostly the called. No. Some called for, because I think it calls for some weeks and some other stuff. I pulled stuff from my stash that's close. So there's even some DMCs in there. There's some other things. Okay, so this is the project in question. I started this today. This is on a piece of 16 count Gothic that I purchased quite some time ago. And I love this piece of fabric. And so it's killing me because my stitches look sloppy. This is by Punochka on Etsy. This is a Light Up Someone's Life. And this is a terrible printout of it. But it's got these phenomenal lanterns. And I started center, which was this lantern. And then I started to build in the border. I'm stitching this in a palette that's of sampler-ish flosses that are close to the called for. And this is where I've gotten to so far. So, let me fold this in. The thing on this one is the holes are not super defined. They're soft. Now, initially I was stitching with a brand new 26 count Bowen needle. I decided to try Bowens. I think I don't like them. I'm a John James girl. It either came bent or I bent it with my Hulk force or something. I don't know. So I switched needles. It really didn't improve. It's hard. It's like I was cutting through the wrong parts of the hole because the weave is more open on the Aida. So I know this is blowing it way out, but I've got like a wonky stitch here. That's really hard to see. And then some wonky, like right there, that bugs me. So from far away, it looks fantastic, which is where most people are going to see it. But when I'm working on it, I'm like, oh. So I don't know. Because I love this piece of fabric because I feel like it looks like the night sky, kind of. I think I'm going to keep trucking on it and see. Because I really like this piece of fabric. Tell me. From far away, did it look okay? We could be okay with it, maybe? I think so. Alright. That's all the new starts. I talked about Hoity-toity. I've got... Okay, so I was, some of my stuff was too far away. Alright, so I also worked on a few other things. I did restart. This is my Doreen Jones Nativity finger puppets. I had a bit of a start on Mary, and I was doing it on the perforated paper. And as I was working through it, on the airplane, no less, I was talking to my mom about it, and I was like, I just cannot think that I'm going to want to stitch 9 of these full coverage. They're small, but they're full coverage on this perforated paper. She goes, why are you? And I said, I don't know. So I went ahead and restarted her. And this has an ollie block too. This is just some 18 count antique white Aida that I had in my stash. Like, I have like yards of it because I bought it from somebody who was selling like yards of it for not very much. Sorry, we're a little close. We're a little close. And so I restarted it, and I restarted it like today or something. And I've only done the white outline, so you can see the white outline. So the whole thought on this is, I was going to do them as stand-ups anyway. There's no reason why I couldn't stitch these like into little pillows and, you know, put crushed walnuts in them to make them stand up. So the finishing may be a little fidgety at the end, but I'm loving stitching on them so much more. And as you can see, I have this is a little plaid ollie clip holding my needle. So that got restarted today. That's in all the called for TMC. So now it's on an 18 count antique white Aida. That happened. And then I'm almost done with this. I had talked about wanting to go ahead and work on filling in New York on my USA map. I did not get it all the way filled in because truly I did not stitch much besides being on the plane. So I got about 2/3 of it done. And I am filling in New York because I thought, okay, Big Apple in Gentle Arts Cherry Wine. And so New York is almost filled in. And then I have not rectified the charm versus bead. We could not find a charm. In fact, we're going to get one for my daughter's charm bracelet because she has one from every place we visit. Could not find one to save our lives. So we'll probably just end up ordering one because James Avery has them online. And then we know that they're not going to charge us extra to put them on. Because like her cable car one from San Francisco, we had to pay whatever it was to get it put on because it's not a James Avery brand charm. Alright, so the last thing that I worked on lives in this pouch. This is my temperature quilt. So, I am plugging away on December. I have stitched all the way up through the December single stitches. So, it started down here and came up here. As you can see, December was like either warm or cold, warm or cold, warm or cold. We had a lot of mild. We had a mild December. We had a couple of, you know, cold spots here and there. So starting here on the 28th is where the 28th color, which is whatever this temperature was, will go all the way across the top. I had talked about in my plans, I don't remember when I talked about it, what I was going to do about the New York City temps. Well, so New York City, we were there the 26th through the 30th. So this is the 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th. So this is signifying, though, 29th, 30th. I know that's really not the case, but these 3 days. So what I did was I just went ahead and went, okay, these were the temps those days. And I decided to do NYC and these 3. This is the 28th. We'll be continuing in this color. And then the 29th, I'll indicate with the heart shape that we were still there. Also the 30th. And then the 31st, we're back at home. Along the bottom, I am going to do in long stitch, Fort Worth in between. This one has, I think these are the Algerian eyelets. I'm not 100% sure the terminology. I will get it right when I show it next week. But it has those. Those are over 1. I tried doing one over with 2, or not over 1. 1 strand, not 2. And so I had to rip out the first one because they look terrible after that. And again, I have an ollie block holding my needle. So this is currently being worked on. My goal would be to finish that up. Now, I will say I calculated it, and in order to get that a whole finish, from what I started today, from December 1st all the way to get it finished is over 1,000 stitches, because of all the extra crosses and stuff, and then there's also other stitches. Okay, so this was my Ray Dunn find. This is called my this is my stashy stash basket. It says joy on it. So all my stash is in here. My stashy stash. So we're going to go through it quickly. This was some stash unload that arrived before Christmas. I got this JBW Designs Christmas Keepsakes 2. I love this tree and that tree. On the fence about that one. And then I love this Little House Needleworks Ding Dong Merrily on High. I have the other Ding Dong Merrily on High, the banner that I got from Heartstring Samplery. I love that. So, got that. Wait, so in New York, oh, crud. I think that went under my chair. Okay, I'm back. It did go under my chair. So, when we visited in New York, we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral, and we went to their little shop. And I saw this keychain, and I was like, yes, need it, because it's going to go on my floss ring for Ink Circles Rosetta. And it is a keychain that's on the back, says St. Patrick's Cathedral, but it has an image of their rose window. And so I thought that was perfect, because I keep talking about how those remind me of the rose window, like at our church, St. Patrick's Cathedral. So that's going to go on my floss ring. So I thought that was cool. Put that in there for now. And then we went to M&J Trimmings, and you can shop them online. And I purchased some things that I thought would be good for finishing at some point. So they had some rickrack that is velvet. So I grabbed this, and I thought this would be awesome for some finishing on my Plum Street Samplers 12 Days. And then this one, which is also the velvety looking rickrack, is this bright green. And I thought this would be good for the 12 Days Satsuma Street, because it's got all the red borders, but it's got a lot of this kind of bright green. Yes, I was thinking ahead. So I had a couple of yards of each of those. Great pricing. And then I got some, I love these stripes. Hold on, let me show you this first. This herringbone, mind you, their prices are insanely good. And these are beautiful ribbons. I loved this navy herringbone. I don't know for what, but I got some of that. I picked up this with the Pico edge, which is chocolate brown and white. I got like 3 yards of each because I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, but I just love them so much. And then I love this. This also has the Pico edge. It's really skinny. It's got kind of like a, it's like kind of like 3740, and then a maroon and a navy. I guess I'm describing things now in DMC colors. I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but I was obsessed. Look at it. It's navy, and then this is all rainbow colors. Love it. And then this one too. I thought this would be awesome for a Christmas finish of some sort. It's red with green, navy, gold, and tan. Love it. So, went and visited there. My mom got a ton of ribbons to use as trims and things. She has a friend, we have a dear friend of ours, we call her our sewing fairy godmother, who makes dresses for my daughter. And it has since she was a baby. And we've been liking a style of dress with a ribbon down the front. So she got some really pretty ribbons. All right, so this was also, oh, the two little charts were from Stash and Load. This was also from Stash and Load. It's a piece of 18 count Ada from Hand Dyed Fabrics by Stephanie and Slate. I purchased Victoria Motto. She posted these on her site sometime around in the 12 days of, or her giveaway days. This is her variegated collection. As far as I know, this is still available. These remind me a lot of a fancy version of the DMC variegateds, not the colorists or whatever. These are more the tonal ones. So just briefly, you've got Ruby Vine. I think that one's gorgeous. Shades of Sable. Beautiful. Golden Sandstone. My Tapestry. That one's probably one of the more variegated ones. Adobe Adventure. Victorian Grays. Blue Sampler. That's really pretty. Woodstone Masterpiece. That's another one that's really pretty variegated. Granny's Green Apples. Let's see some subtle in that. Cotton Candy. Glorious Sunset. And Cranberry Rainbow. So, it's a pretty set. Just to add to my growing collection. So, that was that. So, they remind me, though, of those DMCs. That I think they came, like, you could buy them in a set. I bought some off of eBay when I very first started back. I don't think I've used one for very much. But I think these could be really pretty in different things. Okay, I got my, this is my, I do the Color and Cotton Floss of the Month through Threads and Twine. They are alphabetical. I think I saw on her Instagram she had one spot left in the 10 Skein Club. I don't know if that's still the case. She sends them on floss rings. So December was Buttermints, Buttercup, Bumblebee. Pretty. I thought this one was really pretty. Brown Sugar. Bronze. I think I already have that one. Brass. I thought this one was gorgeous too. Brandy, which is totally different than Gentle Arch Brandy, but I love that. Brandy. Then we've got Bracken. I love that. Pretty gray. This one, Boysenberry. I have Boysenberry. And then Bluebell. Love, 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 love. And I love that she does this club and it's in alphabetical order. That's a pretty month right there. Pretty month. All right. So then I signed up with Crazy Annie Stitching back in October when they started talking about their clubs. And they are doing a finishing club with Lady Doc Creates. And they call it their Fluff and Doodads. And so it's including, this one includes some Moda cotton fabric, cotton trim and ribbons, and fun finishing doodads. And the kit, it's every other month, and it's a really reasonable price. And this is called Once in a Blue Moon. So it came with white chenille, or, you know, like white blanc chenille, light blue chenille, then some cotton twill tape, some kind of rayon-y blue ribbon. It came with some tortoiseshell, like light, not tortoiseshell, like mother of pearl looking buttons and blue buttons. Some of these little open safety pins, and then it came with some pins, some jewel, like pearl and crystal pins. And then this is the finishing fabric, the Moda fabric. So I thought that was so cute. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but I mean, I think it was $14 plus shipping. That's a deal. That is a deal. And it's every other month. So, and this doesn't count against my Stitch from Stash. And I'm building up a collection of some things for finishing. I mean, I think that if you go to buy Lady Doc Creates off her Etsy shop, now the quantity is probably significantly more, but I think it's $6 for each one. So if you think about, you're getting a variety and different colors, and they all kind of go together. So I love that. All right, so then let's see where we're going to. Oh, I got my Victoria Motto monthly for December. I am doing, I did do her quarter yard of 36 count linen. I went ahead and for the first part of 2020, I'm dropping to an 1/8 yard because I'm doing more smaller projects right now. But I am keeping my 6 and 6. So this is a beautiful fabric. Beautiful. Look at how beautiful that is. So gorgeous. Love it. She does not name hers, but that is okay. And briefly, these are, I'm not even going to take them out of the bags. These are the limited edition, the primitive limited edition. I get 6. Pretty. I'm trying to speed this up a little bit. I'm sorry, it's going to be another long one. Here's the limited edition. I feel like this was like Christmas right there in a bag. I did get 2 browns. I seem to always get a lot of browns. And I have quite a collection of browns. So that's kind of a bummer. That's my only bummer. I love her quality. I love what she has. But my collections of browns are kind of insane. All right, so then what do we want to do next? We'll do 1, 2, 3 stitch next. I ordered a little bit of some stuff. I initially had thought that I did not want to do the Satsuma Street on that linen because it's a little see-through, and that was making me a little nervous. So I did go ahead and place an order before Christmas. And I got some 36 count white even weave. Well, I'm loving it, and I've gotten so far now on that one that I'm going to say this will be for something else. But I did not know they made 36 count even weave, but they do have it. It's only in like white and maybe like one other color or something. So this is a pretty big piece, 18 by 35. I wanted to try some 25 count, and this was a pretty piece that was kind of on a good price. This is Ash Rose, 25. I think this is Witchelt, Lugana. So that was pretty. This is a 32 count. I might have bought this with something in mind, but I don't know what. Kind of bad. 32 count Azure Blue, Lugana. This was one that I think popped up, and it was on a really good price. I was trying to see if I can make these show up better, because I found that when I put the white behind it, it would show more true. Yeah, that's way more true. Let's see if this will, because this reminds me of the lapis that I'm stitching. I think more than anything, I wanted to try some different counts of Lugana. And see, because I realized that Garibaldi's uses Monaco. And Monaco is not easy to come by. And then I wanted to try some different brands. So this one is 32 count Storm by Picture This Plus. And that is a great color. Great neutral. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but they're in my stash when I decide to be crazy and get some more things up. Okay, so this was kind of a little bit of Christmas for myself. I had been eyeing this. It had been popping up on my home screen. I don't think I'm actually going to do it on the perforated paper. I don't know that yet. We shall see. But I think he is adorable. This is the Jim Shore by Mill Hill Santa with Cardinal. He's so cute. And it comes with the flosses and the little bit of beads you need. And it does come with the white perforated paper. I don't know if I will stitch it on that or not. I'm not sure. I've got time to decide that because it's not getting started. I say it's not getting started anytime soon, but they called me. They called me to be started. Okay, and then I really, really, really wanted to try something on Sulky. And I had been seeing this pop up on the Insta. And this is Hands On Designs Cranberry Christmas. So I went ahead. They had the Sulky pack in. So I went ahead and snagged the Sulky pack for that. Just to try it. Just to see. It's a really good deal. From what I understand, this is more than what you need for all the charts. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but... And this could actually be really pretty on, I was just thinking, because I don't really want it on the Weeks Cocoa, but I think this could be... Whoa, we're falling. It's a little heavy, I guess, sitting on my lap. This could be really pretty on the piece I just got from my... subscription. I swear. I think that could be really pretty. Anyway. So yeah, I got those things. And then the last thing that came, I ordered these on November the 1st. Oh, no, not the last thing. Sorry, the second to the last thing. I was so excited because I somehow made it to the top of the Garon tote bags. They're probably going to kick me off because I don't know how to say their name. Their Bag of the Month Club. I somehow made it to the top of the list. He contacted me back in the middle of December and said, "You've been chosen. Do you want in?" I was like, yes, 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 yes. And it was before Stitch from Stash started, so it counts. And so I got my January bag of the month. I don't know what's going in it yet, but how cute is that? It is a 12 by 18. And it's got like mama and baby animals. So look at how cute this is. Okay, I have to show you. It's got mama and baby black bear, mama and baby deer, mama and baby hedgehog, mama and well, no, that's a snowman. That's a snowman. I was like, polar bear. No, that's a snowman. It's got foxes. And like, look at that. That could not be probably any more perfect lining those up. A fancy dude right there. So, oh my gosh. It's so cute. So cute. Oh, I love it. So I got to find one of my winter projects to go in here. I don't know. So, love it. So excited to be in the club. All right, so this is my last thing. So I placed a rather significant order with Leslie from Under the Sea Fabrics when she posted on her Facebook group, okay, I'm discontinuing fat 8s off the website. So if you want to order, do it now. I did. They shipped out right around the 20, I think they said they were shipped the 21st, 20th or 21st. Well, they of course went through my hold mail. And she apologized for sending them late. I'm like, you hush, girl. Hush, girl. But she sent me a little goodie. She sent me an Under the Sea Fabrics magnet. She sent me a really pretty laser cut thread drop that says Under the Sea Fabrics. And she sent me, I'm going to do it from back here, a cute chart that says Feelin' Stabby. It's a narwhal. It's so cute. So that was super sweet of her. So here's what I got. This was during my beginnings of the linen phase. So I'm not going to take these out of the packages. We'll do the best we can. I got a 36 count in tiramisu. Which is a really pretty, not very modeled neutral. This is for a specific project because I had seen somebody, I think it was Coffee Stitcher, stitching his on the opal version of this. But I decided to do plain. And it's Soda Stitches Nutcracker. This is 36 count Christmas in Williamsburg. So pretty. I love this neutral. 36 count in London Fog. I did get one piece of Ada. This is 18 count opal in Looking Glass. So pretty. They're all really pretty. This one's a more modeled, but gorgeous. 40 count, properly primitive. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. So pretty. I kind of got to find some more words for pretty. All right, this is a 36 count in Witching Hour. That's not really showing up too well. That's pretty. It's kind of just a like, almost a solid navy. It's got slight modeling. Love it. I love a good navy. This one might be my favorite, and it does not look exactly like this on the site, and I'm so happy I bought it. But this is 36 count in brown sugar. Can you even? I saw a Ray Dunn mug and I almost bought it. It says I can't even. I need that for when I show things that I'm like, I can't even on that. And then this is another blue. This is a 36 count in NYX. This I think was one that was a previous fabric of the month. And it's got some beautiful, beautiful modeling. Let me pull this one out. It's going to be super crinkly, so just bear with me for a minute. I mean, this is a 13 by 17 piece, so I mean, it's a substantial piece. That's like a perfect piece right there. Maybe I need to move the lanterns over to this one. What do we think? I don't know. I think I've talked enough. I thought I was going to come in and do a short video. No. Anyway. I really had one more thing to share, but I'll share it next week because it's not even really together yet. But basically, I'll share I'll share this bag. My goals! happens when you go to Michael's. They're having a big old sale and you got a bunch of paper trash in here. Should I say Sammy J made me do it? Should I say Aaron Two Martini Stitcher made me do it? So I basically bought the classic Happy Planner. I have a lot of big Happy Planner stuff. Well, so I bought the classic and it's got the monthly and all that jazz. But then I was perusing and they had clearance. I was going to buy some packs of just dot grid paper. Glad I didn't, because I found a Happy Notes for $4.37. This is the dot grid paper. This whole thing is dot grid. Look at how cute this is. Have courage and be kind. Carla, you need this. Have courage and be kind. You always say that. And be crafty. It doesn't say be crafty, but look how cute she is. She could be a... I got an idea. Okay, anyway, that's blank paper. But I liked it also that these had more dividers in them, because I'd like to be able to, in my main one, have a spot for my yearly, a spot for notes at the back, and have a divider for those. So anyway, I've got some discombobulating and recombobulating to do with those. So that'll be some fun stuff this weekend. And with that, I think I've chatted enough. I think I've rambled enough. This has got about 87 segments in it. If you like a long one, you're going to get it again this week. And I promise I'm going to try to start making them less long. But I had life update this time. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about New York. I wanted to blather on and share my daughter's name with you. I'm not going to let that go. I'm like, duh. A V8 moment. Anyway, with that being said, Amy, reminder, congratulations on winning the giveaway. Contact me. Description box below. Probably tomorrow will be some show notes about all the things we chatted about. And with that, I think we're done. I think I'm done. I hope you have a great week ahead, a great stitchy weekend ahead. I hope that you have had a great holiday season, or just a great, winter tide season. We're kind of getting to more dreary weather here, and so stitching is going to help perk me up a little bit. And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and sign off. Time to go eat some dinner, get a little more stitching done on the temperature stitch, and then figure out what I'm going to do with some other stitching. So with that, I'm going to say bye, friends, and see you next Friday.